Okay, so this is basically a full unedited replay of a Minecraft speedrunning attempt. This is a 1.16.1. It's a filtered seed, so it's not RSG. But I was just doing some filtered seeds to practice because I'm only sort of just starting. I tried learning speedrunning, a couple years ago, so some of the strats that I'm using are outdated, and there's a lot of new metas that I haven't learnt yet. But I just wanted to start by getting like one run down, like one run on the board, before delving in and trying to, learn all the new metas and optimize, fine tune everything. So this is basically just, the first run where I managed to actually string things together without dying immediately. So yeah, this is, as I said before, it's a filtered seed. It's filtered to just village seeds because I haven't learnt all the other different overworld strats, and it's obviously filtered so that every single seed is playable. It just makes it a lot easier to practice when I'm quite time poor and don't have, the time or willpower to go through a billion random seeds until I find one that's playable. But yeah, I guess the ultimate goal of this after this would be to learn all the new strats and improve to the point where I'm able to play ranked against other people. Not aiming for any decent rank. I mean, coal would be fine, but even just the thought of being able to play a match against other people is nice. But essentially, to do that, I need to get consistent at actually finishing runs on these filtered seeds, and of course learn all the other different seeds. But yeah, at the moment, the big issue has been the end split, especially. I think, as you'll see, I choked many runs to that. But this is one where I managed to close it out in the end. So yeah, basically this is just my first completed run where I managed to actually string everything together. I'm going to be practicing more, and the goal will be to eventually play ranked. But so this is an overworld split anyway. As I said, it's filtered so that every seed is a village seed, and I do take my time in the overworld at the moment because well, essentially, I think the main thing that I'm taking time with is I'm getting a lot of beds. Because as I said, my end split sucks, so I need a lot of explosives. So I'm really trying to get a lot of beds, and I also get a lot of wood so that I can craft beds later on. So, and I guess because I am expecting these runs to go a little longer, I wasn't expecting, super good. I was expecting, around 40 minutes or so. I do grab more food than would otherwise be needed. So, yeah, I do take quite a bit of time in the overworld. As in, on all these filtered seeds that I was practicing, I was taking quite a bit of time to get a lot of beds, a lot of food. But yeah, just makes it less punishing than getting to the end and then running out of explosives, which happened quite a bit. Okay, well, it's my first time watching it back. I forgot that happened, but that's fine, I guess. Just going to be trying to build the portal now, but yeah, it takes me a little bit of intentional planning to sort of visualize where I'm going to build the portal, unfortunately. So I'm really trying to create that, 4 blocks in a row, because I'm sure there's more adaptable ways to do it, but at the moment I'm only familiar with what I have learned, so I'm trying to forcefully create that, which is why it's taking a little longer. And that obsidian from before is blocking the way, so I'll need to find a way to troubleshoot that, I guess. Okay, so yeah, this is my first time watching this back. I forgot that I actually had so much difficulty troubleshooting this last piece of obsidian. So it actually takes me like, you know, over a minute, 2 minutes, like, to do this portal. Because yeah, as soon as something goes differently to what I'm used to, which is like that standard setup with the four blocks of lava in a row, yeah, I struggle. So this is a very slow overworld even by my standards, but yeah, I guess not going for a crazy time, just wanting to like finish the run. Oh, and I burnt my boat, so that's great as well. Okay. So now in the nether, with these filtered seeds, there often is a structure, at least one of the structures that is visible off the rip. Not always, like sometimes I had to micro lens x-ray, but yeah, most of the time there was. So when I say that the seeds are playable, it's a bit of an understatement. They are very good seeds. So yeah, here I can see the bastion off the rip, and the roots that I use are all like the older roots because I learnt them back in like 2021, so they're not optimized to the new tech, the new meta or whatever. But yeah, that is something that I plan to work on. So I plan to hopefully like learn bit by bit, like all the different overworld splits, different types of nether roots, and strats and that kind of thing, and yeah, learn all that new tech as I go. So I've started up the top mainly because I found that in housing bastions I often ran out of gold. So I just wanted to loot what I can while I'm up here. And then the other thing is, you can see I'm grabbing like crossbow arrows, like I'm filling my inventory up, and that's basically because I don't have very much faith in my end split in nailing the one cycle, so I'm trying to have a bit of a contingency plan in case I, you know, am on a decent time but just like can't kill the dragon, which happens often, unfortunately. As I said, with housing I often struggled with getting enough gold. I really only just get these 8, and then I guess that one extra from outside that I started the route with. And that was intentional because I often run out of gold, so we'll see how the trades go. I think I've got all the gold with me, so I don't actually know if they are trading right now. Just not ideal, but yeah. The main thing for me in these bastions is inventory management. I think I definitely tend to hold on to more than I need, and that's because I somewhat anticipate these being longer rounds, like 40 minutes or so needing more blocks, needing more resources, needing more string for beds, so yeah, there's a lot of stuff which I hold on to and end up not using, and hopefully I can trim that down in the future. yeah, so I guess looting the chest at the top gave me 1 billion obsidian, so I already didn't need to worry about that. It's mainly just the pearls here. Got enough pearls now. I think I might be hanging around just for string, possibly. I'm not sure. I'm probably looking around for more gold. But yeah, again, like, usually you could leave by now, or I don't know how much fire res I've got either, actually. But usually, you know, you'd be leaving right now, but because I'm so paranoid about running out of beds, I think I really do like getting more string. But yeah, I can't find anything out here. I've got a little bit of fire res, so... What am I doing? Oh, I'm just shooting at the chest. Nothing. Yeah, the string, I've got like no string. That's it, so I've got 6 beds in my inventory, so I actually don't even need 6 or 7. 6, 7. So I don't even need that much anyway, but yeah. Again, it's just how I've been playing. I've been trying to get like stacks and stacks of string because I envision running into trouble. What am I doing now? Am I just... Oh, okay, I grabbed a bit more stuff. Yeah, okay, I should be happy with that now. That's close to a stack of string. There should be no reason to stay. So up there I leave. And yeah, I'd say like leaving the bastion at 10 minutes is like for these practice filtered seed runs, this is pretty like on par, I'd say. Like leaving around 10 minutes is pretty on par for me. I don't know if I saw the fort before. Oh, I must have. Okay. Nice. Okay. I'm also, because before this I really only played like 1.8.9, like high-pixel. I'm also just not used to crossbows, first of all. I'm not very used to even like PvE with swords and crits and that kind of thing. But yeah. So you'll see me struggling to kill this ghast. Actually, yeah, I remember this fortress now. The whole thing is a bit of a mess. I use the crossbow a lot because there's a lot of, you know, blazes, ghasts everywhere, and not very efficiently because I'm just not used to. I think I often like don't reload it all the way, and then it just blanks. And once again, I do know of the existence of blaze bedding, but it's just something that I decided not to do because I'm trying to retain beds to help with the end fight later on. So. And so I'm having trouble with these blazes on the other side. They keep lighting my area on fire, which makes the blaze spawns less good because the light level's higher. So that's why I'm trying to shoot them now, and you know, with great difficulty. I think I almost shoot a pigman here, but thankfully I don't. Also, I swear, like, they're tanking these arrows. They're taking so many more arrows than I thought. So yeah, this would be a slow fortress, I would say, by my standards. And because I didn't blaze bed, like, I have a lot of trouble with blazes escaping from the spawn area as well. Yeah, this is just like a mess. Everything's just escaping everywhere. But yeah, I think I'm happy to leave now. So yeah, 16-minute leaving Nether. Again, I think that's pretty good for my standards, like overall. Even though everything seems messy, I guess usually I'm often dead by this point, so like it's not, yeah. Like, I wouldn't be too unhappy with this. Okay, and now the one piece of new tech that I did learn was boat eye. The sensitivity and DPI that I have isn't quite perfect. Like, I know that it's not perfect, but I just can't, like, bring myself to make that change. So, but you know, it's as close as I can make it to work, and I'd say it works most of the time. So, yeah, it's like semi-consistent enough. If I find that when I eventually do more runs, if it's messing up too much, then yeah, I might stop. I might have to actually fix the DPI and sense, but yeah, for the time being it seems to have been working okay. Usually my issue is more with measuring the eyes, like it takes me a couple of eyes to actually get a good measurement, but in this case I think I get one pretty straight away. Alright. Also, I don't know, I probably can. I imagine you can in the settings, but I really need to reduce the GUI size for F3 because I find it just blocks the whole screen and then I don't know where I'm going. Like, I'm really bad at playing with F3 on. I think I just pearled the wrong way in my panic with the gas, and then I pearled into the ground, so I almost killed myself there. Yeah, so by the sounds of it, I've just gone the wrong way. I don't know why I'm not pearling more. Yeah, I should have used my pearls a lot more, but it's fine. Okay. Now we're pretty much here. Okay, the moment of truth. Let's see if I hit the... Yep, so my bet I worked. And then I come into a ravine mine shaft stronghold, which happened a lot for some reason. I don't know if it's an intentional thing with these filtered seeds, if it's meant to be considered easier, but I was finding it not easier. So yeah, this split is obviously my worst split generally. I don't know any of the strats for, like, what's it called, preemptive. So I am just running around blind, and I had many runs where I'd get to here around like the 20-minute mark and then could not find the portal and like give up after like 10-20 minutes. So yeah, having spawned in here, I'm in, you know, I'm pretty stressed out. I'm worried that the same thing's going to happen again. And yeah, not only do I not know preemptive, but there is no method to my madness. Like, oh, like I just find it basically. It's just pure luck. So yeah, this is obviously the split. This and I mean what you're about to see is obviously like probably the first thing I'm gonna work on in my training arc. But right now, my goal is to just finish a run, so I can, you know, upload something. Then I'm taking my time. Yeah, taking my sweet time with getting everything ready, because yeah, just I've lost way too many runs to this split. So I've got, that's like 10 plus beds. So like, yeah, you can see that that's essentially what I've been aiming for all this time. 10 plus beds, and then one functional respawn anchor, because I don't have enough glowstone for both. I actually don't know how to use the respawn anchors properly. I just bring them along for fun. And then yeah, I'm like being extremely meticulous with trying to sort my inventory. Okay, and yeah, so in terms of where I got to when I was trying to do this back in 2021, this was with a friend, so it was like not just me myself, but we would try 1 cycles, and we actually didn't really have them nailed down like at all. We'd always come in contingency plan off, just shooting everything down. So I roughly know what to do for an old school 1 cycle. I don't actually have, you know, very good experience with completing it, but yeah, anything new, like respawn anchors, 0 cycle, obviously I don't know anything about. Anyway, we got an early perch, which is unfortunate. Now we're just waiting for a perch. No, I think I actually forgot that respawn anchors are activated with 3 glowstone. I'm pretty sure in my mind it's with 1. But yeah. As I said, I don't really know how to use them, so I just have it there in case. I'm starting to shoot these now because I'm worrying that, yeah, again worrying that if I fail the 1 cycle, I'm going to need to shoot these down anyway, so I'm trying to be productive with my time. Okay, and look, I should have organized my spare beds a bit better in my inventory. They're kind of scattered at the moment, but anyway, I can see the dragons starting to perch now, so I'm just getting ready for that. Thankfully, it does not fly away too early. I thought I was about to lose it. So I had spare beds, but I forgot to use them. Not forgot to use them, but because they weren't organized well, I didn't manage to grab them in time. And you can see it took me so many explosives. Some of them were, decent enough, but a lot of them completely whiffed. So yeah, I'll be practicing that part of the split and everything else, and hopefully improving my time from here on out.